What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to talk a little bit today about Chief C.J. Davis, Memphis Police Chief, currently in office. And I want to talk a little bit about my honest opinion about her. If she's a bad person or not. What I think her true agenda is from the beginning of law enforcement, her career, all the way up until now. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Ever since last week, I broke that story about the city of Memphis trying to get the case, the civil lawsuit filed by Tyre Nichols' mother, dismissed. You know, I've made some statements, talked about some things, brought up C.J. Davis. In various videos, I've talked about C.J. Davis, where I said, you know, she's backed by some heavy hitters, and I still, you know, look at that as fact. And for some reason, the city or certain city officials are trying to keep her out of this Tyre Nichols trial, while sacrificing these members of the Scorpion unit. So this civil suit, where she's one of the people being sued, Field Lieutenant Dwayne Smith, the EMTs, they're all named in this suit. For some reason, you know, they're trying to get this thing dismissed. Now, the only person, you know, that would attract the ire of citizens, or, you know, something about them in a negative light could spark major controversy, is C.J. Davis. She's the biggest fish on that lawsuit. Now, I don't know what the deal is with them trying to protect her, but I will tell you this. If you go and look at this woman outside of the police force, and I'm not saying present day, just go back a little bit. Like, I went on Wikipedia and looked up some stuff. You know what I mean? Because I find her interesting. This woman, to me, is playing politics. She is. She's a politician in a badge. And that's how I see her. Is what she's doing wrong? It depends on your mental background and how you was raised. And I really want you to hear me on that, what I just said. This woman was born to a military family. So she's born to a family of people who were both in the military, have structure, follow orders to achieve an objective, and are disciplined. She's grown up, joined law enforcement. So she picked the path and walked in it with conviction. Now, even though some of the things she's done are very messed up, that has disgraced her, let me tell you something. History does not remember faces. It remembers names. And Cerelyn Davis is trying to etch her name through her accomplishments. And that she does have some impressive accomplishments. She does. She's got 2 degrees, got a master's degree in public administration. So, I mean, she carved the path, you know, and applied herself to getting where she's at. There's nothing wrong with that. She's the first Black police chief. You see what I'm saying? Nationally, ever. So she's making a name for herself. She's carving her name in history. Now, to the negative side, has she done this and sacrificed people? Yes, she has. But it's all about politics. This is why I call her a politician in a badge. It's all about politics. Politicians will say, do, smile, throw the peace sign like back in the day, kiss babies, and give a bunch of promises. And then when it doesn't go right, they put it off on other people and scatter. In their positions, they're not easily accessed by people who would ask the right questions of why they did or did not do something that's controversial. She's in the same position. She's surrounded by heavy hitters. It's like the man in the high tower, except for the CJ. And the guards are more than capable of keeping the heat off of her. She rubs elbows with major people. This woman, ladies and gentlemen, has spoken in Congress. She was the national spokesperson of what? What was it? Police brutality or something like that? She was the face. Remember, I did a video. She spoke in Congress saying a bunch of stuff. Now, if you're around senators, congressmen, mayors, she cool with the mayor. He hired her personally after all of that stuff she did. And she is no angel. She knows how to play the political game. She knows who to get in contact with, who to hang around, who to rub shoulders with to keep her in her position. She learned from watching others. That's one of the things that military teach you. You play your role, do your job, do it well, and over time you will be rewarded. And she has been rewarded tenfold from just starting to be a cop in the 80s or 90s all the way up till now. You know what I'm saying? She's done some messed up stuff, and we went over all of the stuff she's done. Some of the things, she tried to cover up a child sex crime in Atlanta because the sergeant, the female sergeant, the husband was the one that got in trouble with the underage girls. She know the sergeant, so hey, don't bring that up. Disgrace. They got her out of there. She started the Red Dog Unit. Remember, 2006, 2007. She was the head of that when they was up there raining terror on people. Then she got demoted and fired in Atlanta. 2016, she was what? Chief of Police, Durham, North Carolina. Stuff went crazy out there. Now she comes to Memphis. It makes no sense. And this is my issue with her. Like I said before, somebody said, oh man, you always coming down on her. Do you have a problem with women in power? No, I have a problem with this woman in power. Atlanta, Durham, North Carolina, and Memphis, Tennessee. 3 places where you have a lot of black folk there. Child sex crimes in Atlanta. That's bad. She knew it and didn't do the right thing. Tried to cover it up. That's shameful. That right there should have got her right out of there. I'm going to tell you something. If she was a man, I think she wouldn't even be a police officer right now. They'd have got her out of there. The Detroit police commissioner just got busted with a prostitute in his car. I don't even know if they was in a lewd act. He just had her in the car and he resigned the day after he got caught. It's different for men than it is for women. And I'm not trying to make this a sexist thing, but she is protected. She is. Red Dog Unit, terrorizing. For 1 year, she was running it. They got fed up with it, demoted her and fired her. 2008, your service is no longer needed. We can't deal with you. Now she gets another chance. Mayor Strickland hires her. Tyree Nichols dead. Gone. Bunch of lawsuits against the city. Civil lawsuit of $550+ million. Memphis already got a budget that they barely trying to deal with. I was there. I got friends in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I went and visited. Infrastructure issues. Roads tore up. They don't need this right now. She know how to move. Tyree Nichols, they went and had a press conference about the trial. Not about the trial. Had a press conference about the charges. When they first arrested the 5 officers, fired them, she never showed up because she would have got riddled with questions because you the top cop and in charge of all of this stuff, and all of that baggage and them chains and that weight that you carried from Durham and Atlanta would come with you and be brought back up. So you dodged the question. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When you are approached with adversity, it's best to handle it head on. Answer the hard questions. People might see some light in your darkness. She feels as though she doesn't have to explain herself to anyone because of her position, and she has the power to shut people up or shut shit down. All in all, people have died and people have been violated every time this woman has been in power in one of these three places. Next time, I don't think there'll be no next time. I think this is her riding into the sunset moment after this whole thing is over. Now, they're supposed to be having an election. I don't see her being retained, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did, because she knows how to play this political chess game. Believe me. Like I said before, she cares nothing about the people, the citizens of Atlanta, Durham. Now, she's from North Carolina. And definitely Memphis. She don't care. Some of the quotes she's been quoted as saying, you know, and the way she's eliminated people and distanced herself from people that she's supposed to honestly be supervising or have knowledge of their training, teachings, and guidelines of stuff she created. She can distance herself. They're trying to keep her out of this trial, you know, or make it to where she's pulled in there and they can only ask certain questions because they know her time is coming and they don't need no more strain on the city than they have. I wonder if Jim Strickland right now, in the back of his mind, says, you know what, I regret hiring this woman. Think about it. Of course, 2 other cities already did it. I just think this is who she is. She don't care. She will achieve an objective. She's trying to build a name for herself in the history books. And when this is over, she has a master's degree in public relations. So she knows how to stick and move in the public. That's it. But guys, I just want to sit in here and talk with you guys for a little bit about this situation. Because I mean, I don't know why I start thinking about random stuff. I just was thinking about this last night. Because I mean, think about it. Every culture has their own way of thinking a lot of times, right? And there's a generalized thinking among Black people. And my thing is with her is just the insensitivity to the community and to Tyree Nichols' family. And what I mean by that is this. These are the 3 biggest things that stick in my head. She never showed up at the funeral. And here it is, a bunch of a bunch of community leaders went there, spoke at a funeral that shouldn't have been happening in the first place. A lot of mourning, a lot of sadness. And at the hands of unjust violence by the police. And they had no representatives there. She's the top cop. Woman to woman, I think you owed her for that. Because she got on the mic. In the media, I sympathize as a mother. I could never fathom such a... you should have been sitting right next to Rovon Wells. Or up on that stage with them. And took that mug that they slung at your ass in that shiny suit you got. And said, you know what? All cops ain't bad cops. But you turned your nose up because you could. That's the issue I have. That's the main issue I have. Don't act like you one of us or you deal with us when you can't do the simplest thing as extend an olive branch or hug somebody that really needs it. I'm starting to get upset. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. Leave me a comment. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. If you don't care, I'm out.